Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leslie, but you can call me Mrs. B the second. I know I've been away for a very long time, so a lot of things happen, and I hope now that I will be able to post more videos. I have a lot of things to tell you. But first. Apologies for that. I just wanted to show you how fine as fuck I am. But as you can see on the title of this video, I'm going to talk about my past insecurities and how I overcame them. So I'm going to first start by showing you a video that I found on Instagram that really touched me, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I need to make this video. So we will start the video after the clip.
I wish I could believe people when they say they care about me. I wish I didn't feel disgusting every time I eat. I wish I didn't feel so alone. I wish I didn't cut my friends off every time things get bad for me. I wish I had someone to hug. I wish my parents understood me. I wish I didn't wake up every morning and feel so sad. I wish I had more friends, but I get so anxious around people. I wish I could laugh the way I look. I can't even wear bathing suits or shorts because of my stupid scars. I wish I could believe promises. I wish I could just feel normal. I wish I didn't compare myself to the pretty girls at school. I wish I could just be happy.
So first of all, I'm going to start by saying, if I speak a certain way and then you can't really understand what I'm saying, and my pronunciation is not very good for some words, keep it for yourself, okay? You need to understand here that I speak French first. And don't come with your, listen, you've been speaking English for a very long time, you've been in South Africa, so what? The French speaking first. I'm sorry for attacking you like that. Now we may start. So what I'm going to say is, there are a lot of things that I can relate to, in terms of anxiety when she's around people and all that. One specific thing that hit home is when she talked about how she couldn't wear, or she can't wear bathing suit. What English we starting? When she said that she can't even wear bathing suit and shorts because of her stupid scars, it really touched me, because one of my biggest insecurities when I was in high school was a scar that I have on my thigh. But let's just start from the beginning. So in high school, I started high school around like 11, and one thing already is I'm still hairy, and then some people, not a lot of people, but some people laughed at me regarding that, like hair on my legs and hair on my arms. And thankfully my best friend is also hairy, so at least it was nice. But my other best friends, they were not, so I would compare myself to them sometime, and it will touch me. And also the fact that I was skinny, guys, the more I was growing, the skinnier I would get. And people used to do that thing. Obviously now it's not the same, but even me, when I used to do it for myself, like my hand would move, there would be space, and that's how they'll say like, oh, you're so skinny. And those type of things like will touch you, especially if you have friends maybe who have like big boobs, or like a little bit of hips and a little bit of ass and a little bit of this, a bit of meat, and you're out here being that skinny self. I'm not saying that I found myself ugly or anything, it's just that those jokes, they were not really nice, you know what I mean? And on top of that, there were my scars. So I have a scar here, I have a scar also here, both of them when I was quite young, especially the one here. This one I got it in primary school around like 9 years old, and those scars really affected me when I was in high school, because again, I was comparing myself to my friends who didn't have scars on their face, and then above all, I was like, why on my face, and not one but two, because the face is something that you see first, it's when you look at someone, that's the first thing. So I was kind of embarrassed about it, to the point where, you know, when it comes to guys and dating and things like that, I found like not that I was ugly or anything like that, but it was holding me down a little bit, you know. And let me tell you how it affected me. So I got that thing, man. When I talked to guys and stuff, especially guys that I liked, it was difficult for me to look at them straight in the eyes. I was always do a little bit like this. Why? Because I used to call this my pretty profile, because this is the side of me where I do not have scars, and both of my scars are the side. So this was my beautiful profile. So even when I was taking pictures with friends and things like that, I would always like do like this and try to like hide the side where I have my scars and show the one where I don't have scars, you know. And it affected me so much, you know. Guys. It's different, and let me tell you why it's important to love himself, because I wasn't happy with like those scars. But the crazy thing is, like, guys wanted to date me, and not just leftovers guys. I'm talking about popular guys, you know, guys that I wanted to date me back. So they didn't care about those scar things, but because I had an issue with it, I thought they had an issue with it. But for some reason, I couldn't see past the fact that guys wanted me. Despite of those scars, they wanted me, but I was just stuck in like, my friends don't have scars, I have scars. Like, oh my God, this is so annoying and blah, blah, blah. And then another thing was like, you know, when I was young, I told you I was hairy. So my friends, a lot of them were not. So I tried the whole shaving things, obviously. And it didn't really end up well, because I was shaving like quickly, and I ended up having like razor bumps, or not bumps, but like scars, and with like a little bit of like dark spots and stuff. And then it pissed me off, because I got those things because I was trying to be like my friends who don't have much hair on their legs and things like that. If I had just accepted myself, I wouldn't have those dark things on my legs and stuff. And yeah, and there was a time where one of my best friends, like, she put me on the spot. We were in high school, outside the school, and I was with my sister. And what killed me is like, she asked my sister, not even me. She was like, oh, like, why is the sister has like those dark spots on her legs and stuff? I was so embarrassed, guys. I was so embarrassed. And these things happened like a long time ago, guys, but I still remember the day exactly how it happened. That's how it touched me. And then I had a live on Facebook where I talked about my insecurities, like in 2019. And then I called her out. I was like, when you said that thing, it touched me. And then you know what she told me? She said that she was sorry and all that, you know, she didn't think it would hurt, which I understood. But then she told me then that because my friend, she has big boobs, and not that we'll tease her about boobs, like, ah, your big boobs, blah, blah, blah. And then she told me about that big boob things, and how she was also touched by it, you know. And then we even things out. Okay, yeah, you loved about my sports, I loved about your big boobs. Now we're good, you know. It was nice that I finally told her about that thing, and then she told me about her big boob thing. So it was that. It was the scars. It was me being hairy. It was me being skinny. But let's go back to that scar that I had. Like, let me show you actually. That scar. 11 years old, and I think I'm most like annoyed at the fact like how I got the scars in such a stupid way. That's why when it happened, that burn scar, I didn't tell my mom, and that's why I wasn't able to care for it properly, and that's why it healed and it left that marks. Because let me tell you how I used to have the biggest burn scar here, and then you can't see it. Why? Because I was a bit older, and then I knew how to take care of burn scar, so I treated it, and then, you know, no marks at all. I'm sorry sometimes if I look here and then that, because sometimes I want to look at myself because I'm so fine, and then other times I remember that I have to look at the camera. But you get it. Yeah, the scar thing, it affected me because, again, my friends, they had those legs, no scars, in like the subject like PE and stuff. They would wear those short things, you know, and I wanted to wear those, but I couldn't because I was embarrassed of that scar, you know. Same one, we had to go to like birthdays that has like a pool or something like that, and I had to, you know, sometimes I wouldn't I wouldn't go to the pool, because I would create some sort of stories, guys, that, oh, I'm sick or whatever. Or if I go, I'll make sure that from the moment I remove my clothes to the moments where I go inside the pool, people won't see it. Maybe I would walk like this, and then I'll have my hands sort of in front of my legs. So when I walk, sort of like, you can't see the scar, for instance. And same thing when I have to get out of the pool. It's a mission. I also have to like get out of the pool in a way where people don't really look at me. I walk fast and then I put my shoulder of my towel. Guys, like, why are we doing things to ourselves? But it's fine. You know, I was young. I was, you know, focused a lot on like how I look physically and compare myself to others. They have this, they don't have this. I have this, they don't have this, and blah, blah, blah. So now it's fine, you know. As long as like I overcame those things, it was fine. But yeah, let me tell you about the skinny things, ne? How I was with my friend and at my best friend's place, like a group of guys and girls, like friends and stuff, at my best friend's place. And suddenly there was like a heavy rain, okay, and like a strong wind. And then one of my guy friends was like, Leslie, no, you can't go out. You're going to fly away. And they started laughing. And then I couldn't hold it anymore. I cried that day, you know. And my best friend's mom, that I call my adoptive mom, she talked to me, you know. She put me on the side and she was like, it's not nice what they did and all that. And she gave me the biggest advice that I never forgot. She was like, it's okay to be emotional, you know, and to cry and to show your feelings, you know, because it's important to show people that you don't like something. Because guess what? Sometimes people, they don't like the way they're treated, but they keep quiet about it. So how people are supposed to guess or supposed to think that you don't like, speak out. But at the same time, she also told me like, it's very unfortunate, but in life, you have to learn how to sometimes conceal your feelings and conceal your emotions. Not that she was asking me to be fake, but she was basically telling me that it's very unfortunate, but if you show too much of your insecurities and the things that make you sad and the things that hurt you, people will use it against you. In your family, at work, friends that are not really your friends, they will know like what we need to do to get like to hurt Leslie. What button we need to push and things like that. So she was like, you need to learn how to be strong also and conceal your feelings. That's why sometimes, after that, like most of the time when people would tease me, like my friend, that guy, would tease me and stuff about like how skinny I was or this, like that same friend, I know what you might think, ne? Is it really your friend if he's always teasing you and stuff like that? I guess he is. It's just sometimes we tease each other. I never also told him that I don't like the way you tease me, it hurts me. And I was laughing with him when he was laughing at me. So I think he never knew that those things hurt me. So it was also my fault, you know? But he used to call me Albator, that same friend who teased me about being skinny. If you don't know Albator, it was a cartoon of a space pirate. He used to have the biggest scar on his face. So that friend of mine used to call me Alberto because of like the scar that I have here and here. And that thing will touch me. That same friend, guys, when I got, what is that? Is it chicken pox? I don't know. But you know, the small pimples and stuff. I missed school for like a week. I came back, I had like some spots. That guy called me the Revenant because I was absent for like a week or two. He was calling me, like, why? Maybe he had a crush on me. Maybe that was he was on my case like that. Because when I think about it, I was like, you're that boy. Hey, you couldn't let me breathe, eh? Like, every button he was touching, the scars, how skinny, how hairy I am. And guess what? He was my neighbor. We were staying in the same neighborhood. Hey, me. But anyway, that's how now, you know, I learned to like conceal my feeling, but you need to understand, I'm sensitive, okay? I'm easily touched by words and the things that people can tell me. That's just how it is. But I learned how to conceal my feelings and not show people how affected I am. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, you know, but yeah. So we had the scars, we had the hairy, we had the being skinny, you know, We had the burn scar, which was like one of the biggest thing. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest of them all, the one who tortured me, stretch marks. I started having stretch marks when I was 11. I was lost, guys. Lost. Because for me, stretch marks was for fat people, for big people. I was the skinniest, and I was getting skinny and skinny. Why, when, why? Why those stretch marks? On my bum, by my hips a little bit, started to come on my breast, by my knee. I couldn't comprehend. And also because not a lot of girls of my age have stretch marks. And also girls on TV, the pretty girls and all that, they didn't have stretch marks. I was so confused. So I was so ashamed of my stretch marks, guys. Same thing with the pool. When we were going to the pool, I told my mom like she must buy me those swimsuits that were like short, basically, you know, so I can like hide my stretch marks on my bum especially. And the one on my breast, I'll just wear like a swimsuit that, not the one that like show a little bit of butt breast, one that cover everything properly, guys. This is also one thing that affected me. And I say that because even when I came to South Africa in 2011, I was still affected by my scars. Like actually, I think I overcame them like maybe 5 years ago. Even when I was dating Alino, who's now my husband, I was still affected by those scars. Sorry, the stretch marks. So those were the insecurities I went through, guys. Now I'm going to tell you like how I overcame them.